talking about the grease balls?
Both of them.
Everything they do is like it's extra. It's so much more extra and unnecessary.
It really is. It really is.
It's
But
like they're.
I don't feel like American soccer was like that. Like, was it when you played?
No, not. I mean, there was obviously a couple people. Usually, they were actually foreign recruits.
Yeah, this is a level of drama. Like this, what they do, and
Like
it has
soap
to have
opera.
some reasoning to it because they keep doing it, even though refs usually don't.
So
fall
I
for
know one of the big reasons why they do the diving and they take forever for like when their shoes untied and they trip and they sit down for 15 minutes. It's that adds time. Like that's time that they're not running around, that they're taking a break, especially towards the end. You'll notice at the end of a lot of games, depending how close they are, they're taking dives and doing all that. How you doing? But I mean, it was just like we talked about last week with how aggressive they are with women.
Everything they do 100%.
100%.
They do the most of whatever they do.
Yeah, and sometimes it's grossly inappropriate.
And sometimes it's just more mildly annoying.
Right. Like in soccer, it's more so annoying than not. Sometimes they get inappropriate. I don't know.
Just touching the ref.
Well, I heard the rumor, this was years ago.
I love rumors.
The World Cup when the Italians beat the French back in 2006, maybe. Was that a World Cup year? Yeah,
when Zidane headbutted the guy.
So rumor,
I heard this rumor.
We might have heard different rumors because it's become a legend now. So the rumor was that the Italian was grabbing his shirt, Zidane's shirt, and Zinedine Zidane said something like, "Hey, if you want my jersey so bad, I'll just ask me after the game. I'll give it to you." And apparently the Italian said something like, "I'd rather have your sister." And that's when Zidane turned around and headbutted him right in the chest.
Oh, this was a bad time to start this show.
Yeah, we got
because we're in extra time now of Spain versus Italy.
Nobody cares about this though, except for us.
Yeah, and all those
Sausage and Peppers 1 also probably enjoys this.
He's not that big into soccer, like really at all.
Why? It's an excuse to sit down and eat cured meats all day.
But he doesn't need this to be an excuse. He just has an excuse.
He does have an excuse.
This is my house.
I'm hungry.
I'm gonna have cured meats.
Yeah, there's cured meats in here. I'm eating them.
Oh, would you look at my schedule?
It's time to eat the cured meats.
3:40 is cured meats time.
Yeah. Joe, it's 3:31. Oh, what did you look at
Joe,
that?
8 a.m. Oh, look at what are you, Mr. Calendars? What are you, Frankie Calendars?
That's what he called. Yeah, Mr. Calendars.
What are you, Mr. Calendars? What are you, Marie Calendars?
Yes, I am. S&P. That's what it is. All right, jabronis, we're back. Back in the guest studio, whatever this is. This is now the kitchen dining room version.
Site Bravo Cucina.
It is, yeah. Bravo C, BC, if you will, BCD. Yeah. So thanks for letting me do this again.
I really didn't.
I don't understand what the deal is. I just have my tech gear in a box now, like a troubadour.
Don't do anything until your birthday because I got something planned that's going to make transportation a lot easier.
I'm not doing anything. The only thing I would be doing would be like camera or mixer upgrade if that's what you're talking about.
No,
like
in terms of transportation.
No, I probably know you again.
Van.
Like Tom Green. Did you see his thing?
No.
So he has a van. Well, he's obviously more successful. Slightly, but he's got like I don't know if it's Mercedes van or one of those big. Maybe it's not Mercedes. I think he went American.
Like a creeper van.
No, it's a newer one. It's a newer one.
Not one of those Mercedes like fancy vans, like the high.
It's not the Sprinter van, but it's something. It's in that same class of vans.
Okay,
but it's a new one, and then he had it custom outfitted.
Oh, and he
so he can go on road trips. He still goes out on the road, but he's got all the electronics like built into the van. And then he has desks and stuff that slide out of like the bed and the walls and stuff. So he does his podcasts and his videos on the road. And he also has a drone that he collects footage on as well.
Aerial shots.
Right. Now, we're not doing that.
You want me to get you a drone for the kitchen?
No, I will take the van though.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get you a van.
Tom Green's actually like,
a year ago, we could have gotten you a van because Mr. D had donated a van to the the nunnery.
Pistol's dad?
Yeah, the sisters.
Mr. Pistol?
Yeah. But then the not the monastery, wherever nuns hang out.
I think
it closed up, and they had donated this van, so they gave the van back. And so for like a year and a half, Pete used it as his gigging van. But then like a few months ago, he gave it to another friend of ours. But they were just a van like sitting up at the house.
And then he would just use it for
gigs. That's it. He would just put his stereo, his amps and all that stuff in it.
Did it have like the nunnery name on the van still?
It had like Sisters of the Traveling Pants or whatever they were.
That would have been a great LPDS van pickup. I just kept that on there. I just maybe crossed it out and put Sisters of the LPDS. That would have been good.
It's a nice van. It's a nice van. Yeah, our friend Mike has it now.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. What I need to do is be successful so I can fly guests in.
I don't know. I kind of like the Rode Studio thing. It's kind of cool, and especially you have this set up like down pat now.
It's pretty quick. Yeah. The only thing though is that the gear is starting to get outdated. Like this mixer, it's good, but it's not compatible with all the other gear I have right now. So I have to keep upgrading gear so that it's all
Just be careful of going down that road in terms of. You get the new mixer. It's like, oh, I heard that this microphone works best with this mixer. So
no,
you update your microphone.
Know me. These are the mics for me. This is it. So whatever mixer I can plug this mic in, and then the ones I already have, then I'll be able to not have to worry about crap audio when I have like 4 or 5 guests. Like every time I have a good episode with all these good guests on.
When you have friends
I shit the bed with the audio.
When you have friends scheduled, just give me a call and I'll bring down some extra equipment and I'll set it up for you. If
they're at the house. Well, So the thing is not so much that because I can call and troubleshoot. It's the time thing. They're here to hang out. And we're there to do stuff. They do not come visit to do this podcast.
I think a lot of them are visiting now to do the podcast.
Maybe that would be cool to think about.
But
I don't think I'm there.
They don't hang out with you. They just want to do the podcast and then leave,
so they could get the clout.
Yeah, especially that bodacious Bude crusher. He's only worried about his fame and his street cred.
Slimy six-pack piece of garbage.
He doesn't care about friendship. All he cares about spreading oils all over his amazing. Bisexuals.
I wasn't going to help you there.
I got there.
I'm going to let you dig your own grave. Speaking of the crusher, I heard a rumor that there will be a response. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a challenge acceptance or a counter offer.
I'm going to give him some time. He has to look in the dictionary to find big words to come back at me with.
Hey, I'm not touching that. That is my tag team partner after all. But I do know that a response is coming very soon to your challenge.
He's your tag team partner, like who was in the old WWF, and it was
the Bushwhackers?
No, it was the one guy who was Brendan Schaub in the video. And it's just like
the honky tonk man.
Yeah, you're the honky tonk man, and he's like Colonel Jimmy, whatever. Like he's your tag team partner, but he's not the main. The honky tonk man was the main guy.
If anything else, he's the honky tonk, and I'm the sideshow clown. I'll
give it to the honky tonk man.
But
I'll honk his tongue.
expect a response from him pretty soon. But before we talk more about that, I think we should step into the cage.
Okay, let's run.
We're on the mobile device here for all those in YouTube land. All right, today's Into the Cage segment is proudly sponsored by Corelli's Magnificent Mandolins. If you ever find yourself trapped on a Greek island with your World War II Italian infantry platoon and want to learn a new instrument to play and woo the local lasses, then you need to get yourself a handcrafted Corelli mandolin. With a custom Corelli, you'll be able to serenade the troops right up until the Nazi warlords take you away to your final demise. So to get your very own mandolin today, visit www.mandolinmania.com, promo code Antonio for 3% off your first custom Corelli.
Did you ever see the Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he stays in the house with his captain's husband and they binge watch Nick Cage films? Yeah, with Kevin, and then
they're on like it's not witness, it's like a witness protection.
Yeah,
but
it was a safe house.
Safe house, and they had a low crawl throughout the house, and they only had Nick Cage movies that Andy Samberg brought.
Yeah.
And he made him watch all,
except for Captain Corelli's mandolin, which is the only one that he would have liked.
The only refined period piece.
It was a period piece. It's like, I would have loved that.
Yeah, that was a good one because that was the first time I saw that episode. I was actually deployed, and everyone was always making fun of me for liking Nick Cage for no reason.
They're cowards,
right? Because they're weak. They're beta bitch boys, and when they're in combat, we have no room for that. So all of a sudden, we're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine in between missions, like on the back, like in the background TV that we have there in our shop. And this episode comes on, and they start playing the Nick Cage movie. And one of the things Andy Samberg said was, "Oh, the guy's got such range." And I look at all my comrades, my combat brothers in arms. I say, "See, I told you. All right, now let's go fly a mission and get some Talibans."
Did you get them?
We did. We did our stuff. We took them out. Took them down.
So I'm excited to hear the fact.
So the fact, it's really not, I got to be objective. I don't want to say it's the most spectacular fact, but they all are to me because I'm biased. And I don't mind saying that. I don't mind admitting it. So, have you seen the movie The Wrestler?
Of course.
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
Mona Lisa Vito?
Yeah. He has a cocaine sex scene in the bathroom.
Yeah, there's a lot of
cocaine sex scene.
A lot of cocaine and sex and other stuff going on in there. Good film. Mickey Rourke really played a good part in
Bruce
it.
Springsteen, I remember he did the song.
Oh, okay. Good for him. Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Silvio played a saxophone in the background or whatever he plays.
Please guitar.
Mandolin. So
I thought that was out. Pull me back in
to the E Street Band. So Nick Cage was actually originally slotted to be in The Wrestler.
As the wrestler?
Apparently.
So I don't know how that would have gone, but
well, the reason somebody found out about it is because he was seen in the backstage area of a wrestling match for Ring of Honor wrestling at the time. Mm-hmm. Not WWE. It was kind of sort of like, a competitor, minor leagues, really. To prepare for the role.
Talking shit about the Ring of Honor there, huh?
Right. Well, I mean,
call a spade a spade.
We're going, we got WrestleMania. We're going to SummerSlam in August.
I got to talk to you about that.
You got to respect the WWE. I don't want Vince McMahon on my ass.
I don't want Vince McMahon and China on my ass.
Yeah, rest in power, China. So apparently he was seen backstage to prepare for the role, but he pulled out of the part because he didn't feel ready enough to take on the role like he thought it should have been taken on. So now you saw Mickey Rourke play that part. Now imagine Nick Cage with his psychosis getting into that role, being an ex-wrestler, like just wore down in time by wrestling, living out of a trailer, doing cocaine and drugs and what have you, and then also being like stalkerishly in love with Marissa Tomei.
Here's the thing, though. Do you if you kept that script the same, you kept everything the same, and the rest of the cast the same, except you put Nick Cage as Mickey Rourke, objectively, don't you feel... I don't like that
question. I don't like where this is going.
And nothing even against his acting ability. His acting would still be riveting. But don't you feel like, in terms of public perception, it would have brought down the film? Like, oh, this is another one of those Nick Cage films that's going to go on like Epix TV. It's not like because The Wrestler was a big theatrical, like a big Oscar content. Like
he was nominated for an Oscar. Mickey Rourke was,
but even before it was released, there was like that buzz about it. Do you think it would have gotten that with Nick Cage in that role?
I don't remember when it came out. If it came out before Wicker Man, yes.
I think it came out after Wicker Man.
If it came out after Wicker Man, maybe not so much. It came out
during that Mickey Rourke Renaissance era.
Like, but we're also like. Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't remember when that was.
2.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 2009.
Maybe it was earlier than that. I don't know. But we also have guilty knowledge. We saw the movie with Mickey Rourke, not with Cage.
I know that, but I'm just trying to think. Like anytime, like my buddy sent me that trailer of what's it called, The Pig Man or whatever.
Pig. We talked about it previously.
Yeah.
Big movie coming out. Pig.
Now, we're going to watch that movie, of course, and we're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But replace him with like Daniel Craig. maybe that movie gets a little bit more buzz, more like, oh, this is a really. I feel like because of what he had to do when he was in debt and take a shit ton of shitty
Suck
movie
dick
roles.
for crack.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what The Wicker Man was.
I mean, that was a tough one.
But I feel like, even though his talent is unparalleled, I still feel like because of what he had to do, his reputation is hurt now. I think Spider-Man helped him. I think being in the Spider-Man Into the
Spider-Verse as noir.
Yeah, he needs to be in more like other people in this movie are known and respected too. It's not like it's...
Well, he still does a lot of good movies where he's like a voice character.
Yeah.
So like the newer Croods came out again. That was pretty successful. The Spider-Man into the Spideyverse.
Wrestler was 2008. Yeah, so this is after Wicker Man.
I think so. Was that 2006 was the Wicker Man?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think if he had at least another comparable level like actor.
It's here on the Wikipedia that Nick Cage was in negotiations for it.
I can't read what you're saying. Yeah, I know. That's where I found it.
Oh, I thought you had heard this through the grapevine. I didn't know it was like
No. I found it on his Wikipedia page, not the wrestlers. But if he had another actor in it, Marissa Tomei is pretty big time. If she stayed in with him, that would have stayed true. Even with Pig, if there's like another actor that's like A-lister, that kind of gives it. That's why Spirit of Vengeance was so highly anticipated, because it had him, it had what's her face, Eva Mendes, and it had Idris Elba, Charles Minor from The Office.
Yeah, but I actually liked that one less than I liked the first one. Ghost Rider.
Most people did.
Yeah,
I know. Spirit of Vengeance was tough, way tougher to watch. I still watched it a couple times.
Maybe I can see who else is in Pig. Hold on, he's also a producer. Alex Wolff, who I don't know.
Big timer. Yeah, big timer.
He was in an Nickelodeon musical comedy series called The Naked Brothers Band.
Naked Brothers?
Yeah.
For Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Talk about a far fall from the top.
Adam Arkin.
Is that Alan's son?
Yeah. You know Adam Arkin, that guy.
Oh, that guy. He was in Hitch.
Was he?
Yeah, he was Eva Mendes' boss in Hitch, and he was also a bad guy.
Wing, I know that.
In West Wing, he was also a bad guy in Sons of Anarchy for a season.
Yes, he was in that.
He was
in Hitch, he was Max.
Right, he was a preacher in Sons of Anarchy who was also a bad guy.
It follows a truffle forager whose beloved truffle-finding pig goes missing. So my buddy was right when he said this is basically John Wick with
it's Pig Wick. John Pig.
John Pigwick.
Yeah. So it should be an exciting film.
Yeah.
But
are we going to go opening day?
I don't know if it's going to be available in theaters or on streaming.
No, it's going to be probably just streaming.
I think it's straight to VHS.
Or Redbox.
Yeah. Blockbuster. We had to go to Oregon to go to Blockbuster.
We got to track down Video Track 2.
Yeah. Montville Video.
Montville Video Track 2. Where was 1? I never knew where 1 was.
I don't want to know.
It was always Video Track 2 was the one that we went to.
1 was it was the beaded room behind in the back of Video Tracks 2. That was where 1 started. You don't want to go back there behind the beads.
I think, have I told my story about my best day ever with Mom?
Yeah, when you got to go to the movies, back-to-back movies.
Because it was in Video Track where we had the discussion when I was returning Hercules on VHS.
Yeah,
when she made big.
I think that was that an Easter discussion?
No, it was over summer.
No, I mean like when we talked about it.
Yeah, it might have been over Easter.
The Easter episode.
I know I told it here. Get it out of there.
Yeah, these Italians, they're greasy. Let me tell you.
So the Spanish too.
The game started and they were already their shirts were soaked with olive oil and grease. Yeah,
they spray them down with it to cool them off.
Yeah, that's how they cool them off.
Room temperature olive oil.
Room temperature EVOO to get them going.
Yeah.
You know how like boxers they put Vaseline on their
to prevent the
extremities so they're not getting cuts. That they're just spraying.
Just spraying.
What's the one? Pompeii olive oil or whatever it's called. The one brand.
No, there's like the famous one is I don't want to say it's not Berlusconi, but it's something like that. It's not Berlusconi. Bertucci or something
like that. Yeah.
So quickly going back to Crusher in a non call out.
Oh, okay.
We were chatting.
This is rare.
and I said it because I know you guys are going to the Slam.
Summer Slam. That's right.
And so he's never been there. You've only been there once.
Once for Miss America business and once for
Sexual
Army.
business.
Yeah, for
Sensual.
military business.
Yeah. For Army. But did you get to like hang out in Vegas really and explore? Or you were kind of always
Yeah.
on a time crunch.
No, I explored as much as I could, and it was a bit of a time crunch, but I got out there.
So I said he made reservations. I don't know if it's supposed to be a surprise or not.
No, we talked about it already.
It's the
buffet, Palaces, Caesar Palaces.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the name of it. It starts with a B. Like
Brutus,
Bacchus.
Oh yeah, Bacchanalia.
Bacchanalia, yeah,
something
which
like
is
that.
which something. It's like a Roman god of feasting because it's also something to do with New Orleans and Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I remember Bacchus or some variant of that from Latin class.
Yeah,
with Zinsmeister.
Zinsmeister.
Yeah, but yeah. So he told me that actually. I don't remember if you and I discussed it randomly like years ago or whatever.
Years ago.
But we knew that was like the Caesar's Palace's buffet is the number one.
Caesar and the Wynn are like the two big. I mean, listen, they're full of buffets in Vegas.
Yeah,
you
but
throw a rock, you'll hit a lobster buffet for $5.
Yeah, but I don't want to eat some of the blue and some of the yellow.
No.
I want real food.
Well, that's what this is. This is a little more expensive. I think it's like $70 or $60.
That's fine. Look, we'd be paying a lot more at the special interest establishments anyway.
It's think of what the hell is the name of it? Think of Sizzler, but like Ruth Chris level food.
Yeah.
So it's like a Sizzler, but all the food that's out there in the buffet is Ruth Chris level.
Right. It's all top tier kind of.
Yeah. And then if you guys want to drink, I think it's like $19.99 and you get the all you can drink package.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We were actually almost going to stay at Caesar's Palace, but we got a better deal.
Where?
Oh, Bellagio.
Bellagio is nice.
Yeah, so
The Bellagio, the Mirage, and the MGM Grand.
That's right.
You know whose hotels those are.
Well, listen, we've been talking about this, Crusher and I. We're trying to figure out the best way to ask about Terry Benedict without this is Ocean's 11 for those of you who are not. We were talking about Terry Benedict Ocean's 11 as our reference, and we were going to ask like the front desk, like, hey, do you know when Mr. Benedict is going to be around? Is this like, did he upgrade the vault lately? I don't know why it was so stupid, but just the thought of
Crusher would be
Andy Garcia walking around the Bellagio.
Crusher would be like the Bernie Mac character where he like massages the guy's hands to get the good deal on the van. Remember that?
And then he crushes his hand.
Do you moisturize? Now you do.
Yeah, now you do. Crushed. Consider yourself bone crusher.
He looks at the camera that's not there. Crushed.
Yeah. It's just me holding up my phone. And the guy's like, what are you guys doing?
You should go around Vegas and just film him being like, hey, like, some guy's holding food. And he's like, is that your food? Crushed.
Bone crushed.
Bone crushed.
And then you just say, hey, you've been on Bone Crushed. And then you shake his hand.
Can
okay.
you sign this release, please?
Yeah.
Are you going to pay for my food? No.
No. What do you think we are? A successful program? We just run away.
But I've never been to that buffet, but I always wanted. When I go to Vegas for the trade, we're not going this year, but for the trade show, we never have a chance to like. We're booked morning to night. We're on the show floor from usually 8:30 till probably around 4, and then I have like an hour, maybe 2 hours to write some blogs, upload everything as like do as much work as we can back at the hotel, shower, and then there's always some dinner we have to go to. I used to go to the after parties too, but I can't.
That's tough.
That anymore. No, dude, even on my best day, like in Las Vegas now, I'm in bed by like 11 o'clock. I can't, especially if I have to work the next day. And that's the thing. I never have a day off. It's like I either got to work or I have to fly, which I hate. And I'm not flying hungover.
Yeah.
So I don't,
we should just keep the drunk going.
Well,
then.
sometimes it's like if my last day working there's like on a Saturday, maybe I'll come back Monday and like go out Saturday, hang out, do stuff.
Cool off on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Vegas is
we're still doing a quick trip.
Yeah.
We're only going to have maybe one day of like no agenda really.
Well, here's a few things you got to do. I'm going to tell you because the things I really always wanted to do and never got the chance. There's 3 things. One, you got to go to the buffet.
Yeah. We're already locked in on that.
Scheduled. 2, you got to go to the Mafia Museum.
Yeah. I've walked by it. Did I walk in it before? No, I think I've only been able to walk by.
I've walked by the White House, but it doesn't mean I get an invitation. You got to go in and experience it.
Or I don't need an we don't need an invitation. Just walk right in.
Well, you probably got to pay some.
You know what we'll do? We'll just wear the Italy shoes and we'll just get right in.
Oh, a mannequin got out. He's walking around. It's mannequin 3.
Yeah.
Paisan.
It's yeah.
It's Mannequino.
How did he get out here?
Salvatore Mannequino. So you got to do the mob museum.
You're here for the reenactment, please. Come on, sir.
And then you have to do the shooting range where you can shoot anything.
Maybe. Well, I don't know how far away that is. I know how much time we'll have, but yeah. Or if we'll have a vehicle.
I don't know how much fun that would be for you because you probably gotten the chance to shoot some
a couple
cool stuff.
things.
I don't think Crusher probably ever.
No.
If they have, he's always shooting his shot with ladies out there on the streets.
Yeah. Shooting seam everywhere, like a wild man. No, we will do that.
Just a fountain of just.
Can you shoot? Can you shoot? You're shaking the table. What are you doing? We got a earthquake here.
I'm bringing the
You're bringing the earthquakes over to you.
25th or whatever. There's no date.
Yeah, whatever the big match is.
Rocky, when are you fighting him? December 25th. Why Christmas?
I don't know. My brain hurts. Poor bastard. Yeah. Do they let you shoot bazookas?
I don't think so. I think the biggest they'll go is like a 50 cal, like a Browning.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
But like you got to remember, coming from where we live, I don't know how it is in Maryland. I know where it is. The other
Maryland is not.
But in New Jersey, like you can't shoot anything automatic here. Like a handgun.
No,
in terms of like
that's not automatic.
It is technically it's semi-auto.
Semi-auto.
Yeah.
That's what.
But fully automatic, like you
is.
can't. There's nothing here you can pull a trigger and multiple bullets come out.
No,
So,
maybe not even a paintball gun.
no, not even a musket.
I mean, you could hold the trigger down. That's it. Yeah, you're gonna get one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we got again, we're on a time crunch based on the fact that we're only there for a few days,
right?
And we're there for Slam, of course.
Yeah.
So
you got to prioritize Slam,
Yeah.
buffet, Mafia Museum, shooting range in that order.
Now there is this one place. This is some place we have to go. Whenever we get a chance to go, sometime when I'm rich and we can just
this
jet
is a place
set over
we
there.
have to go whenever we have a chance to go someplace.
Go to this place. It's a, I believe it's called. It's not Excelsior like the casino Excelsior or whatever. It's something like it was. It's
like the Castle Hotel.
It's not the Castle. It's off the Strip. It's like a small hotel with like slots, and then it's got like a restaurant, like a barbecue style restaurant or whatever. And I'm pretty sure it's like the Executive or Excelsior, something like that. I gotta look it up and I'll post it here. But it's got, you can get like half rack of ribs and then a half rotisserie chicken, barbecue chicken for really cheap for out there. Maybe, $20 or something. But it's not a half a rack or a half. It's like full. It's a half a rack for a fucking dinosaur. And then the chicken it's really like a turkey. It's like it was a huge plate of food. I took it home. I ate it for the rest of the week last time I went. It was delicious.
Here is your problem, Jonathan. That's Vegas is not about where you. Oh, look at all this food you got for this amount of money. No, Vegas is about excess, and that's why I don't like.
That's
going.
why I go there.
No, but
that's why that place is good.
I don't like going to Vegas on my own dime, and I prefer going on my company's dime because I get to experience like the fun part, the amazing high-end restaurants, the shows, and do all that. If I was going, I would stay at a Marriott, and I would see.
They have Marriotts on the Strip.
I would see who's left alive. Just Siegfried. I think Roy is dead.
I think he's
I would just see Siegfried.
I think he's like in one of those Christopher Reeves wheelchair situations.
So I think one of them died of COVID and cancer.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, one of them died.
I'll have to look that up.
I think it was Roy. I want to say it was. I think it was Roy.
Burt Wonderstone. I'd go see him.
But like I've had, and this is not me bragging. Like I said, I don't pay for this. It's not like I'm some big timer. Like my company is like go and do a lot of work and then have an occasional nice meal. I had like $118 steak there, dry aged ribeye from Mary Batali's restaurant before he got caught.
What did he do?
Oh,
he was jerking off in the Alfredo?
He was me too. Yeah, something like that. He was making his own cacio de pepe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? But that's why I know people who go like I don't want to Ben's sibling.
Okay.
I don't want to say full names in case protect the innocent.
Sure.
They go to like Vegas like once a year, but I'm like, but they do it like as a budgetary, not like
a value,
not like crappy
like a value
hotel,
trip.
but they do it as like a budgetary thing. It's like, no, you got to go like to the Venetian and stay in a suite, and you got to do all that. Like that's
you have to do that at least one time in your life.
That's the tough part about Vegas. In Italy, you can find budget and like cool little things to do that aren't going to break the bank. Like that dinner we went to that was $30 a person. You know, like you don't need to go to the most highfalutin restaurants in Italy. You can experience Italy on a budget. Las Vegas is the city of just greed and excess where it's like, no, it's got to be
City.
It got to be the fanciest thing.
Yeah.
But
we didn't look for the, we didn't like, there was the work trip and we were meeting my coworkers, like old cousins or old,
Did no one score
great aunts and no, they're in a shootout.
Oh, okay.
And they were locals. They lived there. So they took us to this place and it was like a hidden gem because it wasn't like I was looking for budget food. Mm. It was like, hey, we're going to meet these people. And it was like, oh shit. And we're getting legit ribs and a giant chicken, like some mutated chicken. That's Godzilla chicken. And it happened to be only $20.
When you're describing the location of this place, hold on, I just want to see this guy kick. It sounds like a location where there was an episode of CSI.
No. Oh, he scored. Now kiss.
They would.
Like a womanize. Yeah. No, it was, when I say off the strip, I mean like not in Bumville. It was like this the next street over.
Henderson or like the town.
No, it's not off the strip like out of town. It's just the next block over. You know, the strip is only one street, so it's just the next block over or whatever.
But you should.
Well, we did. I mean, when we did the Miss America thing, that was.
Didn't you stay at the Hard Rock or something?
No, we were at Planet Hollywood. At the time, it was Planet Hollywood, the Westgate Towers.
Planet Hollywood still doesn't exist, right?
Planet Hollywood does. Westgate Towers doesn't. I think it was one of those where, God, you stink. It was one of those where they just hyped the towers. They spent too much money on it. They didn't get enough people in the beginning, and it kind of shut that wing down. But it was really nice. It was legit.
Just like Planet Hollywood in general is just like a lot of anticipation and very little delivery.
Yeah, pretty much. But for us, we took advantage. We got all the amenities of it because we got taken care of from the top, from the big wigs of the of pageantry. You mean they were literally wearing big wigs? That's right. They were literally wearing wigs. Correct. So, when did we go to Planet? Was that Boston or DC that we went to Planet Hollywood? It was DC, I believe. I remember Dad being so because especially me and you, really wanted to go. We'd never been to one. I don't know why. There's one in New York. I don't know why we went all the way down to Washington D.C. to eat at a Planet Hollywood. I don't know either. But we went there and it was like $25 for fries. It was literally the same portions and level of food you would get at a Fridays, but for $10 more a person. Yeah, just because they had like Rocky's hat from Rocky 1 in the restaurant somewhere. Right. It was disappointing. I think we didn't even see his hat. No, we couldn't. We didn't even sit at the hat table. We sat at some other jabroni table. Oh, come on. You got fooled that easily? You're a professional. All right. We're going to take a quick break so we can watch this. Sorry. I'll take the camera off. If we come back angry, you'll know why. We did it! We did it! Ah! So the Grace Balls pulled off the it wasn't an upset, was it? No, I think actually Italy was favored to win. Well, they pulled it off. So now we're going to have a good rest of the episode here. Oh, man. We're not just going to be nail biting, slinging anti-Spanish sentiment because they lost. So good work. I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about. Vegas? Yeah, hold on. Good food? Cheska is recommending a restaurant for tonight. It's called Frank Anthony's. That pizza joint right across the street from her? I guess. Not across the street from her. It's across on Bloomfield Ave. It's actually pretty good pies. Delmonico's is really good. I'm not going to Delmonico's. Del Boca Vista? Oh, hold on. We got a special. Is this S&P 1?
This is that guy.
Yeah. My God. Another surprise call. You're on the show here, bud.
But the big show?
Yeah.
Which big show is this? Is it the first big show?
No, it's the second one. The second one. Second show.
The second big show, but not the third.
No. We're not there yet.
What are you boys palling around over there?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're thinking about cured meats.
Oh, you guys are getting into trouble with cured meats again.
That's right.
Did you see Italy just won the big soccer?
For real?
Yeah,
No,
they
I
beat-
didn't see it.
They beat Spain. Spain. They beat
Bean,
Spain.
huh? How you doing?
They took them out, huh?
Yeah. You know who else got taken out?
Oh,
You know the guy.
this better not be a comment about my mother. I love and respect her.
No, you-
No,
No,
not the Nana.
The guy we were talking about this week?
Marco Mangananzo.
Yeah, Marco Mangananzo.
Who the hell is that?
They got him?
They got him. 2 in the head Thursday.
No.
Yeah. It's from of Don Rickles' thing with Frank Sinatra. Marco Mangananzo was hit.
Was that a roast or something?
Kind of like a roast, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go here, but I wanted the people are really big fans of yours, so I want you to say something nice to the LPDS fans.
Remember, if you make an eggplant, that's one particular path, and it's all right. But it's not the chicken. Okay.
Wise words from a wiser
wise
man.
All right.
All right, you take care now, all right?
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
The sewage Phil, the White Cat's gonna love that.
How many nicknames does he have?
There's endless. I don't know his real name anymore.
Sewage Phil. Well, hold on, we got to go through the rogues gallery here of your. So we have we have the Joker of this is Crusher because he's the arch nemesis.
Bud the Bone Crusher
Bud
Maloney.
the Bone Crusher. Then you have the Wet Cat.
That's right.
That sopping feline. Then you have the creature.
Correct.
Creator of the cheese.
He is the creature is the creator of the Ches.
The chess. Then you have Bonji. Bonji. That who else is named?
Steve McStiff.
Steve McStiff.
He's a heavy hitter.
Frank the Tank.
Tank Chicho.
What about Matt Steele? What's his nickname?
The Weasel.
And what about the guy from Long Island?
Dangerous David.
We got to do like an Avengers movie.
Oh, it's got the LPDS universe. That's why I have all the guests call with their origin story first, so that they know. We got.
Are you the?
Don't forget about Helmet.
Are you? Oh, and Helmet.
Yeah.
Are you the Iron Man of this, or are you the Nick Fury?
No, there's got to be some. I'm the Nightcrawler. Some side.
No, but you're
character.
leading, and you're the one organizing. So like you could be either the leader,
I don't want to be the
i.e.
leader.
Iron Man, or you can be the organizer, like a Nick Fury.
I'll have to look up and see who I like better. I like Iron Man.
You know who they are. You watch the movies.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I can't pick because those are two dynamic characters, big timers. I'm not going to pick between two big timers. I'm not a big timer. Look at me.
But I'm
wearing a guinea tee.
In this universe, you are though, because you're the one bringing and doing all this stuff. Like
I'll think about it.
You're also captain of your team, Captain America, Captain Paisan.
I could be, yeah.
Could be
Captain Corelli.
Captain Schnazul.
Yeah. What else have we got? Sergeant Schnazul.
Sergeant Sausage.
Captain Cheese.
Sergeant Supersad was your porn name.
It was my name back in the male stripping days when I used to give him the pepperoni Tony.
Speaking of that, how's Tony Rigatoni doing?
Tony's doing very well.
Is he?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it very well.
whatever trouble he's getting into, he's doing it the best.
He is the best of the best.
So I want to go back to something because we don't really have an agenda today, right?
Do we ever?
I don't. No, sometimes it's like Easter.
Yeah.
That one time.
That was it.
We were talking about muskets before and riflemen. What were people in the past? Why did it take so long?
I might have to get our Back to the Future helmets on.
That should be another segment.
Yeah.
Why it took them so long from not just the first invention of the gun. I'm talking about the first mass use of the gun. 1300, so 14th century, leading into the Renaissance, at tail end of the Renaissance. It took from that.
Is that when the gun started? The tail end of the Renaissance.
If you think of when, if you think of what
you're the history,
if you think of what a Swiss Guard looks like now, with that
was it the Vatican?
Yeah, But like that kind of uniform and that kind of rifle,
Yeah.
with like the big musket, that was they had started that, but even those muskets they had on trial. Don't forget the siege of Constantinople, 1453 or 1457. I can remember which one. But the fall of Constantinople by the Ottoman Empire, they took down the walls of the city with a cannon. So that was in the 1400s.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was
Mr. Halsey, I believe, told me that.
And don't forget, Columbus came 1492. They had cannons on the Nina, the Pinta.
They had
and the
weaponry,
Santa Maria, yeah. And so they all had the conquistadors. 16th century. They were armed with firearms. So let's call it was even earlier than that, but let's call it around that. We'll call it 1500. We'll call it like, all right, people got weapons.
Yeah,
they got they
like more regular.
Strapped. Yeah, they're strapped. They didn't create like cartridges or multi-fire until like the 18. They probably had some prototypes in the 1850, but 1860. So like 350 years, and no one's like, it'd be great if I can like fire a couple of these things.
Didn't they have some sort of like Gatling gun type of rotary Gatling gun?
That was
in the
around
Civil
that same
War?
time. That was around the 1860s. Yeah. And
even, there was nothing before that. 1812
not like that was in any
like
kind of common use. I mean, revolvers were starting to come around, but even that in each cylinder you had to put. No, that was all musket
driven
and a Bowie knife.
Yeah,
but
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Ground control
to Davy Crockett.
To Major Crockett.
But even the early revolvers around the Civil War, like the U.S. like the Colt kind of early ones, you still had to put in like paper and do the whole thing in each cylinder. It wasn't like I can just pop in rounds.
Throwing around, yeah. I wonder when that.
Don't forget
came
the
out.
first automatic rifle where it's like you can kind of just keep pulling.
It. Yeah, a semi-auto.
Semi-auto was probably I'm sure there were other variants. Like the M1 is really the one I'm thinking of that was not even bolt action. And that was in 1940.
What was before that? What they used in WW1?
The Springfield rifle, which was bolt action.
They had no machine guns in World War I.
They did. But I'm talking about in terms of a rifle. They had machine guns. Yeah.
I don't know.
But in terms of just a rifle, in terms of I want to have this thing that I'm going to shoot a couple times here. Like the M1, think of it. Think of all World War II. Think of like all the movies you've seen. It was the KR-98 for Germany. It was the Lee Enfield rifle for the UK. The French had some bullshit.
They had those trick guns that pop out flags.
Shoot baguettes at people.
Like berets.
Yeah. But they had actually I saw a really cool documentary about World War I, and they were doing it was like a documentary, but like gun show kind of that wasn't just about there was like
it was focused more on the guns as opposed to history.
But they did like not a reenactment. They were showing you why machine gun nests along the trench in World War I that they weren't straight on, and what they did is they set up like a bunch of balloons, and they had machine guns straight on, and they shot the balloons, and they shot like 30 out of the 60. But then what they did is they put the machine gun nests a little further out, and they angled them in.
I was gonna say offset.
Yeah, they like offset them. So instead of angled straight out and like going like this, they were angled like this, like creating like a crossfire.
Yeah.
And they shot like 59 out of the 60 balloons
because they were getting more bullets in the direction
in the vicinity.
Because it was closing in as opposed to all going straight out.
It was really cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but they had World War I. They had the Maxim machine gun. It kind of had the big like water cooled barrel, the big round one.
Yeah.
They had stuff like that. But in terms of like, and then you had the Colt 45, the one we know of, like the 1911. Yeah, 1911. That came out in 1911.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it took so long. Like they had muskets for so long.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the genesis. What there's usually like one thing that changes the game. I don't know when that happened to get to that point.
I don't know. So it became easier. Revolutionary War muskets were way better than the ones 100 years before.
Well, yeah.
But even like, dude, they didn't even have. It wasn't until after the revolution that they even had bullets, like bullets.
Bullets with gunpowder inside the casing.
Yeah. No, not even that. I'm talking about just even the Civil War. They didn't necessarily have like in a casing, but they had a bullet-shaped thing that was it was not a bullet. It was a bullet. Just the bullet head would go in there.
It was actually shaped.
Yeah,
like
but it had like the grooves and everything. So because then that's when they realized that a rifled barrel, is more accurate. But you're talking 250 years up to the revolution. There's still just a round ball of metal that they're shoving in there with all kinds of nonsense.
Real quick, I just saw a meme a couple days ago. It was about how like scientists have discovered after hundreds of years of research that sperm don't travel like tadpoles and fish. They group together and they spiral around out of the gate, if you will. And then someone made the joke comment underneath the article headline like it's proof that our dicks are rifled on the inside.
It's true though. What's your favorite gun?
Speaking of which, your favorite gun.
Do you remember what was his name? The guy in Small Soldiers. What the hell is his name?
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
I think World War II was my favorite.
Yeah, that's such a good line. That was such an underrated part and an underrated line because it's like, why do you have a favorite war?
I mean, but like, what's your favorite war?
I mean, I'd have to say World War II. When it comes to like watching documentaries, WWE, no question about it.
It was so glorified. I think that's why it came about right at the time of media. So like it got really media-fied. There's not a crap.
Plus, we had the living legend himself at the time, JPL too.
Oh yeah, he was a real Johnny Basilone. He was
something.
He'd be on a rock.
Like only two people even know who Johnny Basilone is that we're talking about. They're both right here.
That's why we got to get Dan on one of the episodes. He'll talk.
He'll educate us on all those old references. But
I remember
World War II.
I remember one day, I don't know, I must have been like 12. Wikipedia was a thing. I was like 13 or something. And I went on the computer in the computer room. We were still in Mottville. And I printed out like 40 pages of just random World War II things. I'll just go to like USS Arizona, B-17. I just printed everything. I gave him all the data. I'm like, here, I thought you would like this. And he was like, all right. Like, what am I going to do with this?
He probably read it. He probably still has it. Yeah. And now we're moving it around from house to house.
It's his bathroom reading.
Yeah. He's been reading since 2013.
Oh, I didn't know it had that many machine guns.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Printed off of a Windows 98 computer.
No, but seriously, what's your favorite gun?
I mean,
hey, you get to pick any gun from history that you get to own. What would you
just pick? One gun?
Yeah. Or
can it be like category, like handgun?
All right. So what? One handgun, one rifle, one machine gun.
Handgun, I'd have to say the 1911.
Yeah.
But for functionality, like defense, I'm not going with the 1911. Doesn't hold as many.
It's got too much of a kick. I'd probably go with like a Sig Sauer or something with a 9mm.
I have a Smith & Wesson M&P 40.
Okay. How's that?
I love it. It's awesome. It doesn't have a lot of kick for a 40 cal.
Yeah.
Did I say 40 cal? 40 millimeter? I don't know.
I think it's
a 40 millimeter.
No,
I don't know why I said 40 cal.
It's a 40 cal. 40 millimeter is the anti-aircraft.
That's the one I have.
you just like
from my backyard. Yeah, that's what I have.
Morning, neighbor.
Yeah. I don't know as far as what machine gun or rifle.
Yeah. And this could be for home defense or just like I always liked how it looked. I guarantee.
I'm a big fan of the AR-10s, which are a slightly higher caliber than
the 15s.
Just because they can do more. You can use them for home defense or for hunting too, depending on what you want to do. I don't have one myself. It looks like an AR-15 almost. It's just a different size bullet, essentially.
I love how no one calls that gun the M16. like in terms of any civilian, no one calls it that.
What?
The AR-15 is the M16.
It's not,
isn't it?
No, it's a different. M16 is it's a different. What do you call it? Evolution.
But it's in the M16 family, right?
I don't even know if it's the same caliber bullet anymore. 5.56 round. What is M16?
I think the M16 was a 5.56.
Might have been.
And then I think the AK is a 7.62.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
AK's got a weird Russian caliber.
Yeah. I shot one. Remember Uncle John's friend, Dan?
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah.
I shot his. Obviously, it was semi-auto.
Was it an AK-47 or a 74? Because AK-74s are the ones that you're technically allowed to have in America, like purchase for in America.
I guess it might have been that.
It's essentially the same thing. I think, and again, I'm coming from zero education on this. I'm just learning from friends. So I think McStiff, he knows way more about this than I do. But I think the 74 has like more of an American caliber bullet, and then the 47 is a slightly weird off round. I could be completely mistaken. So somebody correct me when they listen to this, but there is a difference in that, like a slight difference.
So the AK-47 is chambered for a 7.62 by 39 millimeter cartridge. So I was right on that.
Yep.
And what was the one you said? AK
74.
So they slipped the Redos around.
That could also be a video game gun that's not even real.
No, the AK-74 it uses a. Oh no, it uses a smaller. This one I think has the weird one because this uses a smaller 5.45 by 39 millimeter cartridge.
Yeah,
replacing the 7.62 chambering of earlier Kalashnikov weapons.
Yeah, so one of them had the different one.
Yeah, but the one I shot looked more like that than the more. Anyway, I didn't like it because
it's tough.
Well, it's tough, and also it's not. It was meant to be fired like, you bust into a room and you hold it, man, and then you just kind of.
I don't know if it was meant to be fired like that.
No, it's meant to be like hit fire, like a Tommy gun. A Tommy gun's not supposed to be fired 100 yards down range, single shot at
not
a time.
100
it's
yards,
supposed to be
no.
almost like a spray and pray. Not supposed to be, but more like.
Close range,
heavy gun support kind of stuff.
Sure.
This one, it's semi-auto, obviously, because we're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I'm firing, one at a time down range, and it kept slapping. Like, and I was holding it right.
No, it's got a lot of.
He's like, that's how it moves. Like, it's just gonna hit you in the face.
It goes everywhere. Yeah. It's a tough one.
I want to I want to shoot a gun with a scope again. I was always afraid to because I would always.
You'd think it would
stupid.
Pop you in the eye.
I would always I'd put my eye up to it. I'll go like that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, I'm not supposed to do that.
No, you don't want to do that.
No, you got to keep it. Like if the scope is here, you got to be.
Well, you just put the gun butt, the stock in your shoulder, and wherever the sight lands in front of you from there, that's where you leave it. You don't adjust the gun to get you don't put the gun in between.
Now I got you.
Yeah, to get up in the eye hole of the gun.
Enemy at the gates.
Yeah.
I remember I made that. I made the enemy at the gates gun. You had that rifle, that toy gun that Dad bought you
from Toys R Us.
Yeah,
it was. I don't remember what it was supposed to be, but it was a bolt action toy rifle.
Had one
it was legit looking though, right?
Dad got us each one, but I stupidly, for some reason,
you sold it at the flea market. No, not the flea market, the garage sale.
I can't. It must have been. It was the Rockaway garage sale, I guess.
Right? Yeah, it might have. It was a garage sale. Yeah, it might have been that one. But that was a better one because it had a sight, and it was an air gun. Like you can crank it, and it shot just air. That was way better than mine. Mine was just a fake bolt action with not even a click to it.
So what I did for yours is I took, and I was ingenious at making stuff. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
not stuff that functioned, but stuff that looked like stuff that functioned.
Really quick, not to interrupt. Just check the lighting because the clouds are coming in because of the rain. I just want to make sure. Do I need to put a light on?
I mean, it's nice little mood lighting. We'll keep it dark in here. Yeah. Don't touch me, bro.
But I took. So when you go to the dry cleaner, and they have the hangers that have like the white cardboard
around that's gonna have a little stick on them.
Yeah,
sure.
So I use wire cutters. I cut the hanger
off,
slid off that cylinder, and then taped it. I put like two sticks to the side, and I taped it to the side to make it like almost like a Russian
sight. Yeah,
and I had that on there for years.
It was for a little while.
Yeah. It was ingenious.
Sometimes though you use like a toilet paper towel roll.
Paper towel roll works. I made my own. Every time I bought like a cool airsoft gun or something, I would paint it like black so it looked legit.
Yeah, like a real.
I still have not a painted one, but I have a Colt 911 airsoft gun in the garage, silver one.
Yeah, I use it sometimes on the squirrels when they're out. Like not here, but back in our old house, Parsippany. Yeah. I used to go out there and
I think I might still have my N14 in the garage.
The airsoft one?
The airsoft one, yeah.
Could be.
I should probably just get real ones now. Huh?
I mean, we could just keep those, paint those tiger stripes and set up a fort.
Listen, I'm making a lot of money now. You know that.
Yeah, we could set up a real fort.
No, should I spend my money? I want to get myself before I move out one nice thing. $500 to like $800 range. Should I do another tattoo? Should I redo my wardrobe? Ooh. Or should I do
getting dangerous out there, folks?
Or should I get a firearm?
Well,
I don't need any of them.
What were the options again? Tattoo.
Yeah. Clothes. Like redo my entire wardrobe.
All right.
Firearm.
Well,
should we put a poll out to the fans?
We could put a poll out and ask them.
Yeah, comment.
Yeah, I'll put it out after this post. We'll put it out for the week to see. I'll figure out something on Instagram or Facebook, like what should he get, A, B, or C.
I'm sorry, I got to take this.
So, all right, we'll be right back. We got what is it? An important phone call? Yeah. Take the phone call. We'll be right back.
Sorry.
And we're back.
A lot of breaks. Sorry.
A lot of breaks.
It's a hectic day. There's
Yeah.
Hurricane Teresa.
Well, here's what happened. I mean, we both took off work, but work still is going on. So you gotta.
Are we gonna get electrocuted by doing this during a storm?
It would make the show go viral, hopefully. So
go viral.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, it'll make us do something. Maybe we'll get some superpowers. We'll be able to read really faster.
I burped into the microphone. I'm sorry. Cut that
I don't know why you did that. You put the mic to your mouth to do it.
I want you to know. This is what I think about you, Crusher.
Yeah.
You're just a burp on my radar screen.
You're just a hot stomach gas in my life that I'm trying to expel.
I have a sore throat from the allergies. Don't make me laugh.
From allergies?
Yeah, I've had a sore throat for like a couple. Like it goes like it's not that stinging sore of when you're sick. It's like that sore, and it honestly it only really acts up when like I'm home. It might even be the air filter. It might like the air conditioner.
Yeah, you could have like black mold pumping through.
I hope it's not black mold, but
maybe we'll get disability.
Okay, I already get disability.
I should get disability from all the warping.
From all the Oscar-Schlatters.
Oh, the Oscar-Schlatters. Let me tell you something. That's no joke.
This is crazy.
Yeah, we got a storm coming.
Good
thing we're inside this top of the line studio.
Oh.
Yeah, watch out.
Did you ever, when you were a kid, remember when they couldn't do recess? It was like there was a storm
inside,
so you would do it inside. I used to look out the windows in like elementary school and be like, everyone pretend we're on like a ship.
No, I didn't do that.
No, you were too busy.
What was I doing?
On inside recess, what were you doing?
We were probably playing
Pogs.
Pogs in elementary school for sure. Pogs. I remember one birthday, I had it at the roller rink.
Roller
rink, yeah.
The Whoa
I also had a speech impediment at the time too, so I was trying to go back. My mind took me back to my speech. Yeah, Grandpa looks like Elmer Fudd. And we were at the roller rink. It was not Florham Park. It was before this, the Rockaway roller rink.
I remember the Rockaway roller rink.
It was by the
Triple R.
What's that?
The Triple R.
That's right.
Triple R.
Yeah. RRRD. And the big gift that I had all my friends, I told everyone I wanted was Pogs. And
so they came loaded to bear.
That's right. And I got a ton of Pogs, a ton of good slammers, and a couple of those containers, those little test tube how you doings to hold them all in.
You had the slammers were like the Pogs were useless. Like they're like not useless, but like the regular Pogs were just like thin cardboard. Like who cares?
Right.
The slammers were the cool ones.
They were like Catholic wafers. Yeah, like
the slammers though were it was like a token. You know, it was like a heavy. It was like
metal.
A coin.
Yeah, so that you can slam down and flip Pogs.
Yeah.
So the idea of the game, from how we played it, was you threw your Pogs out, the ones that you were willing to risk, and then you threw the slammer. Each person got a turn throwing the slammer. Whatever Pogs they flipped over were the ones they got to keep.
Oh, that's how it worked?
Apparently. That's how we played it initially. But really what we ended up doing was just doing tradesies.
I thought it was supposed to be something where you took the slammer and you would like slam down like on the edge of a Pog to like flip it. Like, but like you would kind of do it like that. Like
you can flip it like
coming in.
You got a fart?
No, I thought it was going to be a big thunder.
It'll be delayed maybe. Yeah, it's kind of a weak thunder. I don't think you can pick it up on the microphone. Right? I feel a little bit, sure. But the slammers, I don't know if people can see this. You would either slam it like
I don't know if people can see me holding an invisible Pog.
An invisible Pog slammer. You can hold it to on top of the Pog and then just like press down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
It. Yeah. Or you can throw. What we did was we just put the pile out in the ring of honor, and threw the slammer down. And that would activate the Pog flippage.
That would activate
the flippage.
Pog flippage
activated. But I had a couple of legit slammers that looked like circular saw blades, buzz saws, a whole. How you doing?
A whole to do.
Yeah, it was good. And then I went over to my friend's house, Brett, my oldest friend, and we played Pogs at his house. And then I left my Pogs there.
And you never got them back?
And then we moved. And I've never got those Pogs back. They could have been worth dozens of dollars. Yeah.
Tens of cents.
I mean, those were one of those. That was like the Beanie Babies where you thought like Pogs were going to be a big thing.
Beanie Babies were for a hot minute. There was like a pinnacle in like the mid 2000s where they were worth that money, but then the market quickly.
Well, they quickly realized like these are just beanbag dolls.
No, not even. Listen,
these suck.
People spend a lot of money on stupid stuff regardless of the material.
Well, the supply became too much too.
There was a Pawn Stars episode where a guy brought in, I have 4 of these really rare Beanie Babies. And the guy looked at it, he's like, listen, they were rare until, like there was a period of time where like one of these was worth like $2,000. He's like, then they found like a warehouse full of them like 10 years ago.
The supply went up, yeah.
And it's like now they're worth about $2.50 each. Like $2.50 each.
Well, that's why the baseball card market crashed a little bit because they just started pumping out all these cards. Like, we'll just pump out thousands and thousands of rookie cards so that everyone can have these rookie cards and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, that defeats the whole purpose of why people.
The old ones are still worth money, like the ones from like a Mickey Mantle.
Well, they're not remaking Mickey Mantle rookie cards. You can't.
That's what we should do. That's our business.
Card remakes.
Well, did I ever tell you about my genius business idea?
No.
Where we get celebrities.
What are we doing here?
To autograph random
wrong
things.
Cards. Like
random. The idea first came from my buddy who looks like Andy Samberg, and I'm like, what if you just autograph Andy Samberg?
Pistol's brother.
Yeah, Luigi.
Yeah.
But then it came like, what if we had celebrities autograph incredibly random things? So what if you had like Derek Jeter autograph a Wham CD? Like, and then we sell, but because I think it's worth more money. Because how many baseball bats has Derek Jeter autographed, or baseball? How many Wham CD? It's one of a kind item.
They have a couple Wham CDs out there,
but they're not signed by Derek Jeter.
I don't know. We'll never know what he gave out in those post-sex gift baskets. Apparently, it was.
I doubt he was like, "Thanks for the sex. Here's a Wham CD."
Can you imagine?
In 2005.
Can you imagine? What a power play that would have been.
And Milli Vanilli cassettes.
Yeah, cassettes, not a Weird Al.
In 3D.
In 3D, yeah. How much Paradise single? That would be.
But isn't that a great business plan?
It's unique.
Right? Would you buy?
I always like the exclusivity of things. So I would definitely like to have something like that.
Would you buy
like my stories I have with me and all these, the celebrities and stuff?
Would you buy an Arnold Schwarzenegger signed Bible for $200?
What kind of Bible?
A good one, King James.
Hardcover.
Yeah. What if he sounded like a big old fashioned like family Bible, like an old fashioned family Bible with like the leather hardcover
with the locks on it, like a national treasure book of secrets.
It just signs like, good read. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, very entertaining. No pictures though.
Could use more pictures.
Yeah.
Austin Slaughter.
From Arnold Oscar Schlatter. Oscar Schlatter.
But would you buy that for $200? Would you buy
$200? Well, I don't know what Schwarzenegger autographs are going for these days anyway.
Don't worry about the rest of it. Who cares about a Last Action Hero DVD sign? He's done plenty of that.
Because if that's going for $200, then the Bible's going to be going for more. I don't know if I have the Scott all to pay for it.
I would give you a deal. I'll give you a family discount.
A good family.
A good family discount.
Well, it's all about family. According to Mr. Diesel. But
so,
I like that obscure, weird, exclusive shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would buy it, but I'm also
weird,
one of a kind. Yeah, exclusive.
You would buy Nick Cage signed anything
for $500. Anything he signs is going to be out there.
$500, would you buy like a
Nick Cage fleshlight,
like a '78 Pinto that still runs but barely, signed by Nick Cage?
Yes. It would be the only one. It would be the only one.
Now you see what I'm saying.
But I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm questioning is how many other people are like-minded, are on that top tier level of brain function like we are.
I need a very limited but exclusive clientele that's willing to pay top dollar for highly unique and valued items, such as.
How would it work? Would they request the item and then you have to go and broker the deal?
It would just be the items that we have. These are the items
to start off. Maybe
I would go to different celeb conventions or different things with a bag of random items and be like, pick which one you want to sign. And then eventually through social media and word of mouth, celebrities will know that this is my business. And also half of the proceeds will go to charity too. So celebrities are going to want to.
Well, that's how you get them to want it, because there is an issue where I know Dave Portnoy, my hopeful future boss, talks about a lot. Yeah. He talks about how people come up to him to sign autographs constantly, and they have like bags of stuff they just want him to sign so they can go turn around and sell it. Right. And he stopped signing autographs on the street because of that. So you got to be careful. You got to make sure they know, like, this is a reputable situation here, like business. We're giving half the proceeds to charity. Here's what you get to pick to sign. Just one thing. It's not a whole list of shit, but you got to make sure it's above board so that they know you're not just trying to make a quick buck. You're trying to make some money, but you're also further in the cause of whatever the cause might be.
I think awesomeautographs.com is a winning idea. Not as good as Unsubs.
The worst of the worst.
If you were strolling down the street and
we already talked about this,
and you're
I already answered the question. The answer is no.
And you're walking by and you see the picture is a sandwich.
Yeah,
in a body bag
with police tape and the chalk marks around it.
And you see, but then out of the top of the bag is a sandwich. You're not going to go in there.
No,
you're not going to be. I wonder what this guy's what he's cooking up.
What are we going on here?
Come on,
it's called Unsubs.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Unidentified subject is the actual term, but we are unidentified. Submarine
sandwiches. But I mean, you would have to,
or the cousin shop, which would be Hoagie's Heroes.
Hoagie's Beach Shop. I mean, I would probably. That's different. Once again, you are appealing to a very small clientele. You certainly can't have it in Silver Spring.
I don't think so, dude. Everybody is into murder shows and those kind of things, and everybody is into sandwiches. So we're just putting two emerging markets together.
Very big markets.
It's like everybody likes water. Everybody likes shoes.
Water shoes. Aqua shoes. Aqua socks.
A shoe cup.
Yeah.
To drink water out of. Genius. Tell me it's not. I got 1,000 of these. I got to go to Dad to get copyright.
Did I tell you about the time I came up with the idea for the roller skate shoe?
Yeah.
And how they stole the idea?
I think we talked about it on this show when I talked about Unsubs. The first
it might have been.
Unsubs.
When did we talk about Unsubs last? I remember we had the conversation.
Not enough.
Not long enough ago.
We need a whole episode. I'll bring in a menu.
You have to create a menu, but it has to be appealing. That was the thing. Your menu idea. Hold on a second there, Joe Pesci. Your menu ideas that was the failure. That's where I diverged. That's where you lost me, because it was only for the show Criminal Minds only.
No.
It only appealed to that.
The Ted Bundy sandwich is like, chicken fingers, with like ketchup or something with the blood. We make it look nice. We make it nice.
What is it?
Chicken finger.
Like a meatball. Well, once again, your idea, it's you got to follow through.
It needs some fine tuning. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
You can't just have the idea and then just expect it to create itself.
But my problem is you're not seeing the potential.
No, I see the potential, but as you continue to run your flap your gills about it, you continue to lose me.
All right,
I don't want a chicken finger and ketchup sandwich. Just because it's got a cool name.
Me and some guys from work have an idea for, and we came up with the idea separate, not knowing it was in Parks and Rec, but the calzone zone.
Oh yeah, well, we joked about that.
All the calzones would be, like the bone zone would be a calzone with chicken wings in it. Bone.
Funny you should say that. Do you remember the episode we had in Syracuse in Bumville?
Yeah.
We went to a place, we joked about it, called it the Calzone Zone. It was called, I forgot the name of the actual place. It was apparently, the way it was advertised on the sign and everything, it was just for different calzones. They had boneless wings there too, right. But one of the calzones they had was a buffalo chicken calzone.
Yeah, but that was probably shredded chicken.
They didn't call it the bone zone though.
But see, no. But their buffalo chicken calzone,
You're not going to put full bone-in wings in a calzone.
No, you see, Johnny, you're not, and that's why I'm the man I am.
Yeah.
And you're sitting over there with no shirt on. I'm out here making deals. I'm out here innovating. I'm out here pushing the envelope.
But you're not doing anything. You're talking about the envelope. You're not pushing anything.
The envelope's in the mail.
Envelope's got nothing but chicken wing grease on it because you're sitting there eating your ideas and not moving forward on them.
The envelope's in the mail. Grandpa Libretti is delivering this envelope.
Look, if it was an actual good idea, somebody would have done it already.
See?
Like roller skate shoes.
That's the kind of poor thinking that makes you sitting there with a box underneath you, a backwards
Who
hat,
else is doing the box platform?
Shaved bod. That's why you're there and I'm here. I'm out here making
also
decisions.
there. But you don't even have a stand for your mic.
Exactly, because I made the decision.
Because you spent your money on calzone accoutrement and bone-in wings.
And I made some early poor investment decisions, but
early on,
I'm looking
but you're
at
on the rebound.
I'm looking at it's the long game, all right?
Yeah, well, you better make sure the long game comes to fruition before you end up in your own unsub body bag.
How about this? Road to fruition, and it's a fruit stand.
We just sell certified pre-owned fruit, and we dress up as bananas and prickly pears.
Tom Hanks from Road
to Perdition.
As Depression era gangsters.
And we use bananas as guns.
Our Tommy gun is filled with like grapes and berries.
Yeah. For smoothies. We're just shooting fruit smoothies at people.
Listen. Don't knock it until when you see the cash I'm going to bring in. The hardcore cash for my various...
Big fruit money. We got big fruit money coming on the way.
These glasses give me a headache. Well, before we go, we got to decide what we want to eat just because waiting for us to pick a place.
Well, see, I'm not... we had this discussion earlier.
No,
I'm not familiar with the area.
She sent me 3 options. So we have Frank Anthony's Italian.
Okay. So that's a pretty reputable business.
I think you're thinking of Anthony Franco's. You're thinking of Anthony Franco's. This is Frank Anthony's.
Okay. I probably am. I don't know. I didn't know there was a difference.
In New Jersey, that's a different thing.
A big time different thing.
In Delaware,
anywhere else.
In Delaware, people are like, oh, Frank Anthony's, Anthony Frank's. No, here, that's 2 separate
What's
places.
Anthony Franco's?
Anthony Franco's is a popular pizza. Not like a chain like a Domino's, but there's like in this area,
smaller.
Like
okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Ariane's, it has a bar.
Never heard of it.
And then Delmonico's is like I'm thinking
of Delmonico's in the city.
Yeah,
that's big time. I don't think it's the same here.
She says that Ariane's is right in the corner of Fairview. Only thing is sometimes they require reservations. We can try them, and if it's busy, go to Delmonico's. Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
so tell her.
What is Delmonico's? What do I have to wear? Can I wear this?
That. No, because we're not in Vietnam torturing Sylvester Stallone.
Was that Vietnam? Was that Vietnam era?
It was in Vietnam. That movie was in Vietnam.
Oh, physically in Vietnam.
Yeah,
I thought you meant in Vietnam War, like in the wartime.
It was
post-Nam war, physical Vietnam location.
Oh wait, or was it in Afghanistan?
One of them was in Afghanistan. That could be it. Because the Russians in the 80s were in Afghanistan.
There was a Russian in Vietnam too.
Maybe one guy. Everybody else was in Afghanistan.
Maybe I'm getting confused with Black Ops. Remember there was a Russian in Black Ops that was in Vietnam that you had to fight.
I don't remember that.
Of course you don't.
I didn't play Black Ops.
I know you didn't. You were too busy playing real ops.
I was doing Black Ops.
Army.
Yeah, I was playing Army.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Afghanistan.
Yeah, but there was 2
regardless
Russians that were out of
with our big road to fruition money that we're going to be bringing in. They're going to let us dress the way we want.
We're going to do we should do a Rambo world tour, and everywhere he went. So we got to go to Afghanistan. We got to go to Vietnam.
I've been to Afghanistan.
We got to go to Oregon.
Where was that mine? That old coal mine that he hid out in. I have that jacket, that green jacket that he wore, and the duffel bag.
Jacket?
Yeah.
Jacket. No, it was definitely like the Pacific Northwest, the first movie.
Yeah, with Brian Dennehy.
Then he was in Thailand for
4,
movie, and then he was in.
And then First Blood, Last Blood. I forgot where that was.
Texas and Mexico, I think. I think it was like Mexican drug dealers.
Oh, okay. That took his friend or something.
They took my girl.
They took his job. Yeah. We could do that too.
Yeah. We have a lot of world tours, but don't worry. Once
Once we make it big, once Unsuds really takes off real big, we're making the big time sandwich money and we're taking big bread down. We're going places.
Listen.
Can you imagine we have our own big, like, unsub private jet?
And it's painted like a sandwich.
It's got a sandwich in a body bag. And the cockpit is the sandwich is sticking out of the bag.
Instead of like fancy drinks, the waitresses just bring around. It's like the sliced sandwiches, like you get at like a Super Bowl party.
Oh yeah, like the little sliders or like the
every party we have is just 6 foot subs.
Yeah, from on 6 foot unsubs and Orangina, little individual bottles of Orangina,
single serve.
That's right,
cappuccino cup
of Orangina. Yeah, to wash down the subs. But yeah, we should probably get going, right?
Yeah. It's
We've been running our dick suckers long enough today.
It's been a long episode, even with the pauses. It's been, I feel like, a long one. I feel like we started before 5 o'clock.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know what we're doing anymore. But before we go, real quick, we got to do the big 3. Exercise every day. Do something. We did a good walking around today in the city and around the.
And I also ran the last 2 mornings.
You've been starting your training. To take down the crusher.
Slowly but surely.
That's right. Hey, you one step at a time. You got to push to the right slowly. That's all you got to do. So exercise every day. Number 2, don't be a shitty person.
Criticizing somebody's business opportunities is pretty shitty. That's all I'm gonna say.
We could do this now if you really want to, but we also have to eat. Maybe that's what we're doing. We don't have enough food in the system. We're getting angry over things. We're not thinking clearly, but don't be a shitty person. Other people have feelings and lives and shit going on in those lives that you got to understand, because when people do that to you, you feel shitty as well. So think about that. And then number 3, the most important one, be thankful and grateful for all the good you have in your lives. I can't say that enough. You got to think about it. Think about all the good you have in your lives and just be thankful and grateful for all that, because one day it's just going to be gone. And you're not going to know when, you're not going to know why. It's just going to be gone, and you're going to wish you had that time back to take advantage of that stuff. So always be thankful for that. Nick, always a pleasure.
For one of us, at least. Me.
Well, yeah. See what happened there? Good night, folks. But stand by for a response from the Bone Crusher. I'm sure he'll be. We'll post it on the Instagrams and the Facebook, and I'll probably create a playlist for clips and promos on YouTube also, and the website. So stand by for that, guys. Thank you again for always supporting your ride or dies for sure. We've been doing this over a year now, and it's still steady numbers of fandom. So we're doing good things. So
slowly but surely.
That's it. Always pushing to the right. Very slowly, very surely. But thank you guys again. I love you all. Stay strong.